a difference. We're going to go for the Lost City of Zed now, and good old Charlie Hunnam. That was the space, Charlie Hunnam.
Stand your ground, mate.
It's safe to say he's not blowing bubbles anymore.
Oh.
He's now looking for a Lost City of Zed. We're going to hear from him and Sienna Miller, as well as director James Gray, after this clip.
There is now considerable argument between Bolivia and Brazil as to what constitutes their border. Neither country will accept mapping done by the other, so they've requested us to act as referee.
Sirs, may I speak candidly?
Please.
My survey work was long ago. To be quite honest, I was rather hoping for a position where I might see a fair bit of action.
Major, this is exploration in the jungle. The environment's brutally difficult. Terrible disease, murderous savages. The journey may well mean your life. At the very least, you will be gone for several years. But were you to succeed, such an undertaking could earn you soldierly decoration and even reclaim your family name.
I think there's always a sense of responsibility that comes with playing somebody, with portraying somebody, whether it's, after their death or while they're alive. I certainly, as I got deeper into the research of Fawcett and started to get to know him, or and understand him, at least understand him through the prism of my own experience and the things that I could really relate to, that I recognized in his struggle and his hopes and dreams and fears. I just started to feel this enormous sense of responsibility to play him authentically, or at least what I perceive to be an authentic representation of him.
I'd never heard about Percy before. I'd met James Gray, the director, about 7 years ago for this project, and then had read the book before I read the script. So became kind of intrigued, and if you look online and research him, there are so many theories about what actually happened. There's a huge community of people that are really obsessed with the mystery around this story. But I didn't know an awful lot before.
When I look for a story, I'm weirdly obsessed with and interested in characters who are at war with themselves. They're having to fight inner demons of some kind. I find that a very powerful, dramatic idea. And Fawcett seemed deeply conflicted about the world and about his place in it. And I sadly sort of share that kind of inner turmoil. And I find that a beautiful thing. That's a very human thing. So the story, my obsession with the story really began there with his character. It didn't begin with finding the jungle some exotic, mysterious place, which, it is for someone who's from New York City, but it's a different thing. It started from character.
Charlie Hunnam, Sienna Miller, and director James Gray. What a lovely voice he has. James Gray. Talking about the Lost City of Zed. Not Z.
Zed.
Take the hint, World War Z. What is Z? Z. It's only there to rhyme in the alphabet song. It's pointless. It's Zed.
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 Got it?
I
Good.
see.
Well,
I'm sorry. I say Zed.
Let's down.
QRSTUVWXYZ.
That's the only reason why people say Z to rhyme that song, but it's not. It's Zed.
XYZ. That song has ruined my childhood.
Oh, triggered. Let's get to Lost City of Zed then. Big, long film based on a book. What's it all about?
Yeah, Lost City of Z tells the incredible...
Zed!
Ooh, broke the rule.
I literally just said it's Zed.
Gone fishing.
No, just don't.
The Lost City of Zed tells the incredible true story of British explorer Percy Fawcett, played by Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam.
And basically, he finds he goes on an expedition to the Amazon, and he finds evidence of an incredible lost civilization which predates all known knowledge. And he's immediately sort of ridiculed and debunked by his peers, and he sets off on an incredible journey to sort of prove them all wrong, and going back time and time again just to prove the point that there is this city and he's not insane. Supported by his wife Sarah Miller and his son Tom Holland, who's going to be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Who is Spider-Man.
He is Spider-Man.
And involving his crew, including Rob Pattinson, and they keep going back time and time again to find this city and prove that he's not under there.
Yes.
So even
though he is Charlie Hunnam,
even though he is Charlie
an
Hunnam,
absolute nutcase.
Yeah. In no part in this film does anybody get attacked.
No.
Well, not in Green Street style.
No. Yeah. There's no Stanleys. There's no flat caps.
Stand your ground. But it's it was a surprisingly good performance by Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, I think
to his credit,
he's definitely not that guy anymore. He's not that. Well, He's just not that guy.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. Do you think he still like wakes up with cold sweats sometimes just thinking of that accent?
He just has a drink of Nutty Brown. I mean, so after that, so it's fine.
It all
Well,
floods back.
to be fair, his accent is kind of better now. Like,
Yeah.
if they did Green Street today, he'd probably do all right. It's just back then it was just so horrendous.
Yeah.
Because he's a Geordie, let's not forget. He's one of our own.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. But it's a really evolutionary performance by him throughout the film, because as his character becomes more and more obsessed with finding that mythical city, he does sort of devolve into madness. And it is really interesting to see him play that, and it shows that he does have some strength. I mean, obviously I haven't seen Sons of Anarchy, so I can't really. That's the biggest thing he's been in, really. I mean, he was in Pacific Rim, but that wasn't exactly the biggest sort of acting requirements required.
No,
in
for
that
a film that's just basically big things hitting other big things, the human characters don't really stand out.
Yeah,
no.
But yeah, I mean, this film it's got that truly epic story feel. I mean, when you're on the cusp of like that massive discovery in human history, and it's it's got some, I mean, the classic moments in there that do feel like truly cinematically epic, like involvement. I mean, in ways that we haven't really had in blockbuster filmmaking in recent years. I mean, epic now seems to stand for an explosion
And bwam.
or a bwam or the
Big
Inception
money,
tones.
big blockbuster, like 250 million.
And this feels like it has that sort of classic, true adventure magic in there. Moments
all
that can't
about-
be explained.
It's all about heft.
Yeah, like, and the dangers of the unknown that are just constantly out. It feels like something that you'd love to watch with like the whole family on like a rainy Sunday afternoon. Like a truly epic adventure, and it has got a sort of a glacial feel to it, pace wise, but it is still consistently interesting. I thought. I think obviously it's got a lot of Indiana Jones in its DNA, but minus all the swashbuckling. But it's got all the adventure in there, and it certainly feels like a crusade. But as well as following, it does follow Charlie Hunnam's Colonel Fawcett throughout the years, so you sort of see him grow and become more involved with this and become more determined. And it's got a message as well at its core that is all about embracing respect and involving yourself in other cultures, which is a message that could certainly be learned by certain people in today's world. And I just had a really good time. It's consistently interesting. It's a really passionately told story, and I think it's got that feel that's been missing from big films these days, because I know people, I mean, a common comeback for a lot of people when they're talking about films, where it's like when people criticise saying there's so many superhero films and whatnot about, is that there isn't enough sort of big blockbuster spectacle films like this. I'd always say like you have to go back to the indies to get that, and this is kind of film that proves there is still films like this being made, this true kind of adventure family fun spirit.
I agree.
Well, not quite family fun.
Well,
but,
no, not quite.
Yeah.
Charlie Hunnam, he's talented. He's bland, but he's talented. Like, he can definitely act, so there's that. I think Rob Pattinson does a really good job as well. We were talking about Kristen Stewart last week about Personal Shopper, and let's not forget that he was, in the same sort of just awful bubble of Twilight. But since then, like Kristen, he has gone on to do really good things. He's also got a bit of a relationship with Cronenberg. He's done this, he's done other things in the past as well.
Childhood of a Leader.
He was great in that. He was really good. So he's kind of shed that image as well, and I think he's really good. Another thankless role for Sienna Miller as well. One of those times when she's just, she looks as though she's going to be the stay-at-home wife, but she has the eagerness and she wants to go with him, but he won't let her because she's rude, basically, I thought. But it's another thankless role for her. She has a lot of these roles where she is in a limited performance, but she gives it way more than it deserves, and she just glows. She's really good. It's long. It's 2 hours 20. And it feels like that.
Long.
It feels long, but the time jumps that the film does is really interesting because it covers a long space of time. There's like 3 different people playing Tom Holland's character. There's like 3 different kids. That's how like the sort of jumps are going through, and it does it in a really deft way. It doesn't like sort of have to put a caption up saying like 3 years later. It just kind of it happens and it's inferred and it's nice. We need more of that, less clunky time jumps in films. But this was really good, and it is like visually pretty.
It's
stunning.
beautifully directed,
Remarkable. Lost Cities, I'd recommend.
I would definitely say so. It's a film that feels like it's been missing in the market for a long time.
Oh, it's like nice.
Go and support it.
There's life in the old horse just yet. We've been asking for your adaptations. What things did you like as a kid that you want to see on the big screen? What things have been taken from the little screen to the big screen and have ruined your entire childhood? Because that's how it
a thing
works.
now.
That's a thing. One from Carrie says.